Hey guys, and thanks for joining me for yet another video. In this presentation, we are going to be making Jamaican Calaloo. We are going to be preparing it as a side option for a breakfast item. So I'm going to show you the process from picking to preparing. So let's get into this video. Hey guys, so this is what you call Jamaican Calaloo. This one's pretty overgrown, so I'm just gonna be cutting a few stems of it off, and I'm going to be cooking this. So I still have quite a bit of it here. I have a lot going on right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna break off quite a few, because as you know, Calalloo cooks down like spinach. There isn't much left after you pick the leaves. So this is all Calalloo in here. So I'm just picking away until I feel like I have enough. So I got a nice big bowl of it, and I'm gonna take one of these onions out of the ground. So I'm gonna have a fresh onion to go with that. I'm also gonna have the green onion from the top. And yeah, that's all I think I'll really need. I'm probably gonna put some basil with that. And we'll get this processed, washed and processed. And hey y'all, so I'm just back in with my fresh pick from outside. So I'm just now filling the sink a little bit, probably gonna put about 8 cups of water in there to rinse this out. I also have some salt. I put, I'd say, about 3 tablespoons of salt into this water, just to kill any bacteria or anything like that. So I was able to get a whole onion with the scallion on top. I picked a few leaves of basil, so I'm gonna use that. I picked 1 long pepper and 1 sweet pepper, and then the rest, of course, is our callaloo, which we're gonna wash. So we're gonna give that a soak in that water and ruffle it up like this, so that anything, this water is good now, so that anything in the leaves can a secondary wash. But at this point, it's just a matter of soaking everything in that salt to get any, little critters or any animals off. So for me, I'm just gonna be using the leaf portion of this. So I'm just gonna be stripping this down to the leaf. I'm not gonna be using any of the stem today. So yeah, I'm just gonna do that, and I'll be back to show you what that looks like and what we do next after we get it. So here guys, I have all the callaloo that's been stripped off of the branches. It's been double rinsed. After the salt, it got a regular bath and then drained off like this. I cut up my fresh onion, the tops of the onion, the pepper that you saw, and some basil. I also have a 1/4 cup of coconut milk, some hot sauce, some green seasoning, minced garlic and ginger. And now for starters, I just have a metal pot, and I have a tablespoon of butter. My fire is on a medium-high heat, and I'm just gonna melt this butter, and then I'm gonna follow it up with the seasoning, with my plate of seasoning. As soon as that butter melts, I'll be throwing that into the mix. So now that the butter has melted, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in with our full plate of seasoning. We're gonna give that a toss around in the oil now. We're gonna let our onions caramelize for about 3 minutes. And then once that 3 minutes has passed, we're gonna begin the seasoning process of these items. And then we're gonna add our callaloo at the last bit. Let this saute. So it's been about 3 minutes, and we're gonna proceed with the seasoning. So we're gonna put in first our 1/4 cup of coconut milk, 2 tablespoons of chicken base concentrate, 1/2 teaspoon of minced ginger, 1/2 teaspoon of minced garlic, I'll put in a 1/4 teaspoon of hot sauce and about 1 tablespoon of green seasoning. And then we're gonna give these items a mix. So now we're gonna go in with all of our callaloo. Remember I told you that the callaloo steams down into nothing. Like, we're gonna pack this pot probably almost full, and then by the time it cooks down for about 10 minutes, the leaves would have dried down to not much in the pot. So I'm just gonna cover this down for 5 minutes, and I'm not gonna touch it, and then I'll come back and give it. It's been about 4 minutes later. I'm just gonna mix in our calalloo. So I wanted to come back and show you guys the end result. This took about 15 minutes to cook, and as you can see, we didn't add any water, so it's dry. And yeah, but can you remember the big portion of spinach that we had put in here? Look at the little bit of stuff it cooked down into. That's one thing I know about callaloo and spinach. It actually melts right down to nothing in the pot. But yeah. So guys, I just wanted to come back and show you briefly what I am having with my coconut bake. So with my coconut bake, I put in some butter and I put in some Monterey Jack cheese, closed it up, and I also cooked a side of Jamaican Calaloo. So how I usually do it this way. But since I cooked some callaloo, I'm gonna open this back up and I'm gonna put the callaloo in there, and I'm gonna